Hello there everybody, this is Amorgin and you're very welcome to this new series on Star Trek Fleet Command for absolute beginners. So if you're a newbie coming to this game and you've just downloaded it to your tablet or your device or your phone, you're in the right place, guys. You're with Amorgin from the Founder server, the longest playing content creator out of them all. You can go and check out all of the other content creators. They all do great content, but you're dealing here now with the content creator who's got the greatest pedigree and has played this game for longer than any of them, through the alpha beta testing phase to the Founder server and all of that, for the guts of what must be 2.5 years now at this stage, guys. So we hope to offer you the benefit of our experience, not just myself but a whole team of people there that help me out with my videos and advice and have played this game along with me. So we're at your disposal, guys. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Come on ahead and drop your comments below, drop your questions below, come into Discord and chat with us and we'll help you along as best we can. This is going to be hopefully a hand-holding exercise for all of you guys, that we can offer the benefit of our experience to encourage you to stick with what is an amazing Star Trek community. Now, on the other hand, if you're one of the gays that has been watching my content already and you've been following Amorgin's shenanigans on the Founder server and different things like that there, well then feel free to weigh in, guys. Stick with the video, watch it through to the end, and maybe check out the comments below and offer the benefit of your advice and your experience to any of the newbies that might need a little bit of assistance along the way. So now that we've got our introductions out of the road, what is Star Trek Fleet Command? Well, it's a mobile game, it's freemium, it's arguably pay to win, it's certainly pay to progress. Is it possible to play it free to play? Yes it is, I tell you now categorically because I've done it. Yes, it is possible to go free to play. Is it possible to keep up with the spenders and the whales, the elites that spend lots and lots of money? No, it's not. In time, maybe, but as a free-to-play player, there are no current free-to-play options in the game that allow you to keep pace with those that are spending big bucks. That's just the reality of it. Is it tough? Yes, it is. Is it a grind? Yes, it is. But it's also a very nice game, and go and check out the top things about Star Trek Fleet Command, another video that I've done way back. If you check out the other videos in the channel, guys, there's lots and lots there that gives different bits and pieces of opinion and advice around the game. But right now we're going to deal with levels 1 to 5, and my hope for this video and this series would be to give you guys just the benefit of the experience and reliving these moments, going back to these early levels, and sharing with you what I would do were I to do this all over again. So I'm down there in the trenches starting it again and telling you how I'm experiencing it and how I'm going. So right now you're looking here at the daily rewards. So just on the daily rewards, the advice would be to complete as many of them daily rewards as you can. Don't go out of your way to do it. There'll be plenty of time to worry about that later on, but try to complete your daily rewards. There's your officers showing up at the minute. We'll get into officers a little bit later on and then into a little bit more detail, but progress your officers at your leisure there, guys. I'm leveling them up with Officer EXP, you can see here, and you gain Officer EXP in a variety of different ways, but one of the ways that you get it is by grinding and going out and killing lots and lots of the little red ships, the hostiles that patrol around the systems. And from free chests, 10-minute, 4-hour and 24-hour free chests will offer you small amounts of Officer EXP at times as well. Now, what I suggest is hoard your EXP. Hoard your Officer EXP if you get it, hoard your ship EXP. Don't be in a hurry to spend it. Don't be in a hurry to do anything from level 1 to 5, guys. Take it at your leisure. Learn how the user interface works. Mess around with a couple of things. There's no mistakes you can really make in these early stages. Build everything that you can. Build it up and rank it up, and just try to make that match your daily goals. So pace yourself and try to exploit the daily goals as best you can by building and things like that. Now, along with that, in the top right hand corner you'll see events. So exploit throughout the events as well. So when I say hoard your officer EXP and hoard your ship EXP, the reason I say that is to check out the events in the top right hand corner, and that's the time to upgrade your officers. That's the time to upgrade your ship EXP. Now we don't need to worry, like I say, too much about that levels 1 to 5, because you're dealing with low level, smaller stuff that you're probably going to get through these first few levels in the first couple of days, the first day to 2-3 days, depending on how fast you play it and depending on how quickly you progress through it, much time and effort you put into it. So you'll get the level 5 pretty quickly. You'll get these rewards from doing your dailies. You'll get freebies from your 10-minute, 4-hour, and eventually 24-hour chests. But in these low levels, there's no PvP. Nobody's going to be attacking your base or any of that kind of stuff. And you'll be dealing with the very basic officers and the very basic ships. Like this ship, for example, is your Realty. That's going to be your go-to ship at the start, and very, very cheap and easy to repair. No reason why you wouldn't upgrade them. You can see that it's costing you titanium and ship parts to upgrade them. Ship parts is something that, again, you get from grinding and from rewards, so we'll come to that at a later stage as well. You need materials and ship parts to generally upgrade the different components on your ships that will improve weapons, shields, and all of that stuff. So mess around with that at your leisure, guys, and drop your questions below around it. You get some chests opening here, like I can show, and again, you'll get shards for your officers out of that. Once you get enough shards, you're able to upgrade or promote those officers. And of course, you get those through events and different rewards as well. Now, the officer I'd say you want to be looking to get eventually is at these early stages is Cadet Scotty, because Cadet Scotty offers you warp range, which essentially allows your ship to travel a further distance in space. So at this early stage, upgrade everything that you can see and get your ship out, get that Realty out, and just explore all the systems, unlock the systems, go as far as you can with whatever you've got, and get all of those systems unlocked so you can peek into them at any time you want. Now, we're looking here, there's going to be loads of bases around in these early stages of these systems, loads of wee low-level bases along with your own. Stay here for a while, there's no hurry to move out. Stay here for a while and grind like an absolute madman. The first major bit of advice, aside from hoarding your officer and ship EXP, go out and grind like a madman. If you're going to spend time on anything, don't be rushing your base. Get to level 5 and take a breather. Upgrade everything, do it at your leisure. But if you're coming into the game regularly and you want to be stuck into stuff and you want to be getting active, grind like an absolute madman. Build up as many of these chests as you can up in your items section there, and open them in batches of 50. The advice is, now it could be superstition, but the advice is to open them in batches of 50 because you get a slight bonus out of that. That remains to be seen, but it can't hurt if you're grinding and you have 100 chests or 150 or 200 chests. You will get the ship parts and various bits and pieces that you need from all of that grinding. Now, just a wee word on the user interface in the top right hand corner. You guys might, top left hand corner there, sorry, where the items are, and you'll be checking out this stuff. It's different now, guys. The game has been updated from I recorded this footage. It's slightly different in terms of you're getting pipped for now the refinery and all up there as well. And you noticed at the start that there are still bugs in this game that the user interface wasn't even showing in the early footage that I had there. That's maybe a BlueStacks issue, because remember, you can play this on an emulator on your PC, like Nox or BlueStacks or something like that, and play it as a PC game if you like. So there's issues with some of that. There's bugs still in the game. It's maturing, like I say, but there's still stuff to be ironed out, and we'll get into that at a later stage maybe. But progress through your station, guys, and your missions there that we peeked at a little moment ago. Your missions will largely lead you and guide you through these early stages, getting various different bits and pieces of rewards for just getting through the early upgrades and the different little things that you need to do inside your station. But grinding and hoarding your officer EXP. Now I'm gonna say something here very, very important, guys. Do not spend your Latinum if you don't have to. Right, so you'll get speed ups and different things. Use them if you have to. Try to hoard them too, but if you want to get through that 15, 20 minute, 30 minute piece of research and get on to the next bit, or get through that 15, 20 minute build that's happening, you want to use a speed up, by all means use a speed up, but hoard them. Be tight and greedy about this. Hoard them as much as you can and try to let the thing build in its own time if you can help it. One piece of advice though is, unless absolutely necessary, do not spend your Latinum. Hoard up your Latinum from day dot as much as you possibly can. can. And again, a wee word on the user interface on the missions that we're after looking at there. You now have the option to archive your missions and favourite your missions. So as you're exploring the galaxy, guys, go out and pick up every single possible mission that you can find. Archive them if you don't want to do them and you want to prioritise certain ones, but pick up every mission that you see. People will talk to you about faction missions and faction chests and things like that there. Don't worry about any of that. We'll come to all of that there at a later stage. Right now, pick up all the missions and then archive whatever you're not immediately working on. In terms of upgrading your ships and all, this rail does no harm. The Orion Corvette will be your next ship. It's a battleship. And then following that it will be your Findra, I believe it is. So they'll all unlock at higher levels, which will come to in the future. But right now, your go-to ship is this Realta, and there's the costs on some of them. So get that upgraded, minimal cost there. And get that ship out and about and exploring. Now, a wee word just as well on mining. You can go out and mine, guys. You'll see the mining nodes. At this early stage, there's nothing wrong with sticking that Realta to go out and sticking on a mine. Different servers will have different rules of engagement, ROE, determine what ships can mine and different things. At this really, really low level, you don't need to worry about any of that there. If you want to mine a little bit of power steel, a little bit of titanium, a little bit of dilithium, by all means, leave this ship overnight when you're going to bed. If it gets destroyed, it's going to cost you minimal power steel to repair it. So this is a beautiful, beautiful time to be in the game, a beautiful time to be at this stage in the game where you can go now with the benefit of this experience and go and mine and gather up a load of resources there before you have to progress on later on. Rushing in these games is not advisable. Certainly you can press on with a few levels, guys, but I'd recommend not rushing past level 5. Once you start getting into like level 10 and all of that, then it starts to get tricky and you'll be found out quick enough once you hit the PvP ranges, which we'll come to at a later stage. Keep opening your chests, guys, and keep exploring. So guys, one of the things I want to touch upon very briefly, I don't want to labour the point, is a thing called the battle triangle. So it's essentially rock, paper, scissors. You've got an interceptor, a battleship, and an explorer. They're your 3 warships. The mining ships, of course, are a 4th category, are outside the battle triangle, so we'll not worry about those. We'll focus just on those 3 where the interceptor beats the battleship beats the explorer, and the explorer beats the interceptor. Of course, not in all cases. Strength of ships will affect that, but there's an advantage in each one of those categories in the rock, paper, scissors sense. So familiarise yourself with that, guys. Go in and read the ship descriptions and familiarise yourself with the icons for these ships and read up a little bit on that. Right now, we're going to look here as well at the officers. Another point I don't want to labour too much is officer synergy, but we'll touch upon a little bit of that now. And just explain here that there are different groups of officers that you can get. You can see here I'm after getting a couple of new ones, and I'm upgrading them to great effect during the events, like I mentioned earlier. In the top right hand corner, the little tab there for events. Try to maximise that and upgrade your officers while there's an event going on. Now I have company for Cadet Sulu. He's been all by his lonesome on this Realta, and now he's got company in these 3 slots at the top, which is your bridge. Your bridge crew consists of 3 officers. The one in the centre is always going to be your captain. Now each officer will bring a captain's ability and an officer ability. Each of these 3 officers on the bridge will all contribute their officer ability to the abilities of the ship, and the guy or the girl in the centre will contribute his captain's ability. If the other 2 officers are on either side, they will not contribute their captain's ability, only their officer ability. And you can see they're connected with percentage lines there. You can tinker about with this at your leisure, guys, but those percentage lines generally represent what we call synergy, where the group, which that was called another time, those are the cadets. This is the Kelvin timeline, remember? So there'll be other groups of officers like the standard Enterprise crew, and there'll be Nero's crew and different ones that you'll eventually get. They'll all have synergy with each other. You don't have to use them exclusively with each other. There are different abilities, different officer abilities you may want to group together on the bridge of your ship, and you tinker about with that at your leisure. There were 2 officer slots below decks you would have seen there. Those generally represent the officers that are just going to affect your defence or your strength of your ship or whatever. Their officer abilities and that captain abilities will not be added to your ship. So again, we're not going to get too much into all of that there. But if you click on the link to my Discord in the banner of this channel, guys, you'll find the link there. Come on ahead on in the Discord. Don't be shy. Come in and introduce yourself. Let us know you're a new player and that you watched this video, and we can then start to answer some of your questions or redirect you to specific channels that'll deal with crew setups or with ships or all of that kind of information. There's lots of resources out there, including LCRs, of course, that we can redirect people to that should you need more detailed information or should we not be able to answer those questions. So do that, guys, and we'll catch up with you on that. A little thing I want to focus on here right now, I think, will be the research. It's not something I want to labour again. There are 3 tabs here. There's Combat, Station and Galaxy. Now Galaxy's greyed out, of course, because I recorded some of this footage before the update in September 2019. So we're not going to worry about Galaxy anyway. It's greyed out. We're not going to worry about it because you have to be roughly around level 20 or something before that even opens. So the other 2 categories, guys, again, nothing really wrong you can do at this level. Upgrade the different bits of research, do the different bits of research that you can afford, and get as much of that done as quickly as you possibly can. Don't necessarily use your speed ups like we mentioned before, but just keep doing that research as much as possible until you hit level 5, and then you can take a step back, take a breather, and catch my next video. Hopefully that'll be of some assistance as well. But go on with this, guys. Be confident about it and move on with this, and we can help you through it. If I'm not quick enough getting these videos out, come in the Discord, sure, and we'll give you a helping hand that way. Wee thing you noticed there just on the combat missions, the combat training missions, those are a great way of accruing resources, guys, if you marry that to the grinding that I talked about earlier. This thing that we're looking at here is the official Scopely view screen in the middle of the base, where Scopely will give you their announcements. There'll be useful information in there, like links to LCARs and different things will be in there, links to the content creator channels, maybe things like that. But all of the official announcements will come in that little view screen in the middle of your base. Now, we're hitting level 5 here, and before I finish up, the final thing that I want to encourage all of you guys to do is go and join an alliance, an active alliance. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to have a strong alliance, guys. You're not going to get into the top alliance necessarily at the start. I certainly couldn't do it with this account, but join an active alliance that are going to give you the helps. When you ask for help there, like I'm doing now in the R&D department, people will be able to take off sorry, a little bit of the time that it takes to build that by offering you their helps. And that all helps with your daily goals and all of that as well, of course. So get into an active alliance. If it's a closed alliance and it's not open, then apply, send a private message to some of the people that run the alliance. Be nice, be civil, tell them of your intention to be an active player and all of that, and ask them to give you a chance. Tell them that you've watched Amorgin's video. I don't know if that'll be a help or a hindrance, but tell them of your intention to be an active player and that they give you a chance, and you'll learn stuff from them, guys, and they'll be able to give you help and all. So never underestimate the importance of an active alliance. So Shane, guys, I'm going to finish it up at that and get working on the next video. So until the next time, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and I'll catch us all again very, very soon. Cheers.